So let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen with you. And this class is placing a listing concierge order in 10 minutes or less. So I'm going to start by going to mycbdesk.com. So I know there's a Realogy site floating out there. You guys will always hear me say, please use the mycbdesk.com. It is more user agent friendly. As we are in the desk right now, you'll see that I have my listing concierge tile here. So let the time begin. It is 10:01, and I'm going to quickly run through how to place this order, and then we can always go back into it as well to place the order. So I'm going to, so I am going to have to log in as someone. So I always use Sandy as my guinea pig, but we're going to delete it when we're done so it's not in her queue. So I've gone in and now I need to create my order. So I'm going to go ahead, let me go ahead and actually type on this because you guys won't be able to autofill. I've typed in the address of my property. Now maybe I haven't put this in the MLS quite yet. If I have the MLS number, I want to go ahead and type that in. If I don't, I want to make sure that I remember to go back in. I'm going to put a message in my phone to remind myself to go back in later because this is important for your online advertising. If it's global luxury, I'm going to check that off. I will show you how to go into desk and discover if that is a global luxury with the threshold tool here. So I'm listing this in Joppatown, and there's a $500 minimum threshold for that listing to be global luxury. This one is not, so I'm just going to hit continue. So guys, once you place you hit the button to start your order, it's literally going to walk you through every step. If you have any questions about what comes in the packages, you can review that information here. So bronze, silver, gold, platinum, what is included. If you have professional photos, you can toggle off and it will automatically update the price for you. $50 credit for bronze, silver, gold, $80 credit for the platinum. I'm going to go ahead and go with the gold. And then it's going to automatically come up and ask me, do I want to exchange brochures for 14 extra days of social and web advertising powered by Boost by HomeSpotter? So if I'm an agent and I don't need these brochures, I really want all the online advertising. If I really think it's going to fly off the market quickly, I have other brochures that I can use for future marketing. I can say, yes, exchange those brochures, or no, don't make any changes. For the sake of this, I'm just not going to make any changes. Here you're going to see a menu. Good start, adding some additional listing details. So I'm just going to hit continue. These little blue buttons are going to be your friend as you place your order. So here I'm going to go ahead and put the price. Let's say this house is worth $250. If they've listed at $250 and it should really be $240 or $230, maybe I want to display that list price as price upon request because I don't want to have a price change and then all of my marketing is stamped with the price. I also want people to call me, call me to get the price if you're really interested. This particular home is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's about 1,500 square feet. This is not necessarily going to be on my marketing, but it is for the photographer so that they know how big this property is. And you can see here, I'm not really able to say 0.25 acres, so I'm just going to leave the lot size off. But if you have a large acreage, you would want to put that on there. And the list date or approximate list date, let's say we're going to list this on the 7th. And that can change, that's okay. And then that nice little blue next button. I am a single agent. I'm listing this on my own. If I have a co-listing agent, I can select that co-lister from the list here. Let's say Jeanette and I are going to list this. I can add Jeanette to this and it will place all of her information. If I'm on a team, I can utilize that information as well. Then I'm going to get into professional photography. This is where I'm going to determine what photographer I want. You'll see as I hover over any of the photographers in the program, it does give me over here in this bar, this little info bubble, it's going to give me their information. This is where I have the option of calling them, deciding, do I want add-ons? How much do they cost? Do I need a Matterport tour? Do I need something else? Are they giving anything away? And I'm just going to choose True Place because that's where my cursor was, and I'm going to hit next. Then I have to determine if there are any extra options. Here I can see that I do receive the Twilight. It's default. I can't change it. I can't click on anything. So I'm just going to hit next. Then I'm going to give my preferred date and time. Remember, this is a request for photography, not scheduling photography. So I want this to come on the 7th. So let's see if they can accommodate me tomorrow. They may not be able to. If they cannot accommodate me tomorrow, they do have to get back to me within 24 hours to schedule my photography, and they do have to schedule it within 3 days of the day that I choose. So if I can't have it now, within 3 business days, and I believe some of them also do Saturdays. So by the beginning of next week, I will have my photos. I want to make sure that I am timing this accordingly. A lot of times agents will tell me this process takes too long. I don't know anywhere in real estate, unless you have a BFF that's a photographer, where you're going to have them come out that day or the next day and get your photos the same day. We always dealt with photographers and companies that, booked a week out. So I know that at least I can get my photographer in there, and within 24 hours of the photo shoot, I will have my photos. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And then, is there anything the photographer should know? Maybe we don't want to photograph the laundry room, and I want to write that now because I don't want to forget. Or I'll be meeting them at the property, which you should always be doing, even if there's a lockbox, just to make sure that you're on site and walking with the photographer. Then we're going to click on that, again, that friendly little blue next button. And then we have some package options. So here we can determine what brochure we want. I'm going to go with the calendar brochure. I'm going to go with glossy. Again, this is completely up to you. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's just what you prefer. And I believe later you can also go back and change this if you decide to change your brochure design. If I want any additional quantities, I do have to order them now. Excuse me, we are working on a way that in the future you could always go back and order more if you need them. I find that most people don't need additional quantities. Most things are flying off the market. But if I need more brochures, so over here it's going to tell me right now I have 50 brochures, 50 just sold postcards, and 100 mailers. Well, I want to have 100 just sold postcards. So right now I can see I have 50. I'm going to add 50 more. And that means I'm going to have 100 total, and it's going to cost me $31.50 extra on top of that 400 that I'm paying. I'm fine with that. $31.50 is not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And then here is the checkout procedure, everybody's favorite part, where you spend the money. So you'll see over here, I have my package for 400, the extra 50 just sold postcards for $31.50, bringing my order total to $431.50. So I'm going to go ahead and type all of my information in. If you're like me, all of your information could autofill, or you may have to type that in. That's shipping information for my brochures. Maybe I want them to come to the office. I can do that as well. Just make sure that I give them the company. And I've given them all of my information. I hit next, and you can send those to the property address as well. And then of course, here's where I'm going to put in my credit card information. I need to read the terms and the conditions and accept them. And if it's your first order, you may want to say, this is my first listing concierge order, or you may say, I would love to work with Marcy. You know, if you've worked with someone before, you can request them. It doesn't mean they have to honor that request, but most likely they will. If you have a promo code, I don't know that anybody has promo codes, but you would enter that here, and then you would place your order. So you can see we are at 10:11. We started at 10:01, and that was even me explaining a lot of the things. So once you've placed your order, you'll see that order here in your queue. It won't have photos. Obviously, we haven't taken those yet. And then I'm going to delete that so Sandy doesn't go in and say, what the heck is this? Once you have your order in, so that's 10 minutes. 10 minutes it took us to place from start to finish. Again, anytime you hit add new order, you're just going to follow the prompts. Whatever's on the screen, they broke it down. I call it chunking. We know that in the schooling arena is chunking, and that just means I'm only going to concentrate on what's currently on the screen. It's easy for me to fill out the address. It's easy for me to fill out just a little bit of information that's in front of me. It's not too overwhelming that way, and they designed it that way purposely. Our old system, for anybody that placed an order before, was not as user friendly. It was designed by marketing professionals. Once agents really got in and started using it, they do take your feedback. That said, there is a chat button here that you can also chat with someone if you get stuck, if you have a question. Someone on the Listing Concierge team will be able to address your concerns or your questions. And just as a reminder, every single person that works for Listing Concierge is a Coldwell Banker employee. They are my counterparts. We all work for the marketing department in Coldwell Banker. We call ourselves the studio. I believe they're getting ready to change that to the One CB marketing team just to make it easier to recognize. But we at Coldwell Banker, they're one of the only, I believe the only real estate company that has its own marketing department. And this is our product. We own it, we operate it. So any changes that we need to make, we can make. Once you have placed an order, so once you've placed your order, you'll see that Sandy has several of them. You do want to go right back into your order as soon as you've placed it and add your property description. What I see the most in the field are agents that become very frustrated. They have their photos, they're waiting for some of their products to be done, and nothing is happening. You must have a property description in order for your marketing to begin, both the property description and the photos. That's your catalyst for order management. Once you've placed your order, let's say you have your photos have come in. As soon as your photos are uploaded into Photos and Multimedia, you are able to go through and you can literally go in and change the order. If I want number 36 to be number 1, I can literally just change the number here. I'm going to click over in the white space and you'll see that's going to shoot that photo up here to the top. Maybe I want to put this back at 36 so Sandy doesn't come for me in my sleep. Here, I'm just going to put 36. It's going to blink and it's going to put that back down at 36. If you're like me, sometimes I like to hit the other waffle menu and I like to make the pictures a little bit larger so that I can see them. You can also, if you have an old school mouse, whether it's wireless or not, if you are on a regular PC, a laptop, you can hit Control Scroll and you can make things bigger or smaller. And I believe you can do that with your keypad on a Mac and a laptop as well. So you can also go through and you're going to want to favor the photos that you like the most. That's just going to help your Listing Concierge coordinator here. She has Marcy. You know, you can go through and that'll help Marcy know which photos you actually prefer for some of your marketing pieces. As soon as you place your order, now we saw 10 minutes or less. Again, Be easy on yourself. If you've never placed an order before and you're a little bit anxious, that's okay. The first time I was in the system, I was a little anxious too, especially if it's something new. I'm like, oh, I don't want to mess it up, but you're not going to break it, I promise. You just have to make sure that you follow each step. You hit those blue buttons at the bottom to continue to go to the next page, and that you put in your credit card information and place the order. So you have to hit the order button or it doesn't officially place the order. Once the order is placed, you are able to go in. We always say it's 60 minutes or less that you can do some of this marketing. And again, be nice to yourself. When you're first in here, it may take longer than 60 minutes. But as soon as you have your photos and as soon as you have your property description, you are able to create your flyer. You are able to publish your website yourself. If you don't publish it within 24 hours, your listing concierge coordinator will publish it for you. Your just listed postcards will be ready within 24 hours. Your listing concierge coordinator, I'm just going to say Marcy. Marcy's going to go in there, whoever you have, will go in and create it. You do have to go in and proof it and approve it, and that's going to be the catalyst to get them printed, labeled, stamped, and sent. So it's wonderful. You don't have to do any of that. Your brochure, they have now unlocked, and again, that's agent feedback that we've received. You do not have to wait for Marcy to do your brochure. You can go in and do your brochure yourself. If you feel comfortable, we can also sit together. If you know that you have an order coming up, you can schedule an appointment with me. We can sit together in person or virtually and go through all the pieces of your marketing and listing concierge. Just sold postcard, obviously that doesn't come out until the property has settled. Social media banner we can get into at any time during the course of listing concierge when it is active. That is really, really large. Let's make that a little, oh, I don't know what there we go. So that's really kind of large and in charge, but we can go in and edit the layout, edit the design anytime. You can see that this property has already settled, and I'm able to go in, and a lot of times you can change, sometimes you can change the wording of some of these as well, but you'll see there are a lot of different options for you to post on social media. So you can determine, you know, for you, which one do you like the best? You can select that particular design, confirm it, change the template, and go in and do whatever it is that you need to do to get that on social media. You will have to download it to your computer, and you will have to, so here you'll see that looked a little bit different than what she had. You'll download it to your computer and you can post that on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the places. Your professional video, you do want to make sure that you go in and proof it. The reason we have to proof it is with a bronze or actually, I don't think bronze has the professional. With a silver, you get 30 seconds, gold, you get 40, and I'm sorry, it's 20, 30, and 40 seconds. If I can get my bearings here, for the silver, gold, and platinum. So they want to make sure that if you have a lot of remarks, that they aren't taking out something essential to your seller. Maybe your seller said, you know, we just put in a brand new white kitchen, and we want to make sure that every time we see our listing anywhere online or any advertising, it mentions a brand new white kitchen. They don't want to go in and then have your script here and not mention that brand new white kitchen. Also, if they need pronunciation of your name, that will be there as well. And you can also go into your video slideshow immediately as soon as you have your photos and your property description, and you can create. And the DIY is just a video slideshow with music. We can't change the music right now, but they are working on that as well. And then you'll see some additional things under here. The email flyer is ready. That will only be sent if you have your people in Prospect Square. So Marcy or your LLC, whomever that is, will email you, reach out via email and ask, is there a group in Prospect Square that you would like to send your email flyer to? And that's where you can say yes. If you do not have Prospect Square already set up, I would highly recommend to you to add a group. You can label it Sphere, add yourself as a contact, add yourself as the group, and at least you will receive the email flyer. You can always forward it to people in your Outlook if you choose to, but definitely try to work to get those people in your Prospect Square. It definitely is. I would say it's like buying a Happy Meal and throwing the French fries out. I don't know too many people that do that. If you do, call me. I like French fries. We can be friends. But yeah, that email flyer is a great piece. And it's also a way of letting your sellers know that you are reaching everyone that you know. CB Mobile, that's going to be your dot signal writer. You're going to receive that from your SSA in your office. And that's going to slide right in that groove on the top of your post sign, or you can hang that. The update is how we let all the area agents know that you've listed this property. Social and web advertising powered by Boost, and then the option to have that exclusive look listing, and your LCC will reach out to you to confirm, excuse me, if you would like to use that exclusive look listing. Social and web advertising powered by Boost. So something about this that a lot of people don't realize is you guys get leads from this. You get leads from the internet, from social media. You do not have to be on social media to utilize this. It will go out to Facebook, it will go out to Instagram, it will go out to the World Wide Web. And when I say World Wide Web, I mean places like the Weather Channel, ESPN, NBC Sports. People are going to CNN and Fox News and all the news stations to get their news information. HGTV, Better Homes and Gardens. Anytime we go on the internet now, we see ads. We see those little ads. They're always there. And I see the ads for these listing concierges quite frequently. They have the algorithms built in where you don't have to think about it. You literally really don't have to do much at all. Even if you don't do anything, they're still going to go out there. And people are going to be able to access the property and your information. The main thing with Listing Concierge for me is it's a misnomer. I have to have a listing in order to utilize this, but it is all designed to target buyers and sellers and to get me additional business. This flyer promotes me, the agent. Look what I have to sell you. Look at how great my marketing is. I have professional photography. I'm giving you your own single property website. Just Listed postcard is letting the neighborhood know that I am selling the house or that I have sold the house. Again, the brochure, it's showing off the property, but it's got all of my contact information. Again, you want to choose me because I have better marketing than the next agent out there. Social media, I'm going to blast it out on social media. I have a professional video that I can create a YouTube channel. I can put it on my YouTube channel. If that's something you want to do, I can show you how to do that. I did work with an agent for quite some time that literally just started getting business from her YouTube channel. People would Google her, they would find her YouTube channel very easily. And the reason for that is Google owns YouTube. So we know if Google owns it, the best marketing is to serve it up in the Google search results. So people were finding that YouTube channel very easily. They were finding professional video slideshows. Wow, your marketing is incredible. You must be a fantastic agent that you have these wonderful videos. That's the kind of marketing I want for my listing. I'm going to call you. You can sell my house as well. With all of this, the 10 minutes that it does take to place the order, about 60 minutes where you can do most of the order management afterwards. There are also some little things that I'd like to leave you with as well. When you log into Desk, you'll see the Listing Concierge tile wherever you have it on your dashboard. You're going to see the little kebab menu there, the ellipsis, the three dots, the menu button. We all call it something different, but those little three dots at the bottom right-hand corner, if we click on them, you will find a robust help center. It is available to you anytime, 24/7, 365, or 66 days a year. And you'll find this little timeline button here. This little timeline button here is a gold mine if you're anything like me. When you click on this timeline, you're going to go through, you're going to say, yes, I am in the Mid-Atlantic region. We're going to hit the next button, and then this is going to let me input the date my photography is uploaded into the Listing Concierge system and my marketing copy is submitted. My apologies, Chuck E. Cheese is doing their trash right now next door. So here, let's say that I'm going to have my photography back on the 4th of October. I have my photography scheduled for the 3rd. I know I'm going to have my photography back by the 4th. I already have my property description in the system because I did that as soon as I placed my order. And you can just copy and paste your MLS remarks in there. That's fine. And I'm then going to calculate my delivery date. What I personally do is I put reminders in my phone and on my calendar, excuse me, to remind myself to go in to look for my marketing. You'll see as soon as I receive my photos and I have my property description, my property website is live within 24 hours. Actually, I can personally go in, look at the single property website, and activate it myself. You have the ability to publish. So although this says it's published within 1 day, that's only if you do nothing. Your listing concierge coordinator will do it for you within 1 business day, or you do have that ability to do it the same day your property description and your photos are in the system. Your brochure proof, if you do nothing, your listing concierge coordinator will go in and make the brochure for you. You do have to proof it and approve it in order for it to go to print. That is also done within 1 day. If you don't want to wait, if you're the agent that says that takes too long, I want it now, you are able to override the system, go in, create the brochure, approve it, and send it to print yourself. And in that case, it takes no days. It's just the day that you get your photos back and you have your property description. Your just listed mailer proof for your postcard or your mailer, that does take a day or two to get in there. So within 2 business days, I will tell you from what most agents have been telling me, they have been getting that sooner. So although they're not required to give that to you sooner, they do have 2 business days to get that to you. Again, I do have to go in, I do have to approve it, I do have to send it to print myself as the agent. Same thing with the e-blast. If you are going to send an e-flyer via Prospect Square, your LCC, your listing concierge coordinator, will create that for you and will send you a proof before it is sent out. I've had agents that say, well, why are you sending me all these proofs? Why do I have to approve all these things? Why can't you just do it for me? It's because you are responsible for your marketing. At the end of the day, as an independent contractor licensed with the state of Maryland, the Real Estate Commission says that you need to be in full control of your marketing. You are fully responsible, so we want to give you that control. And the other reason is every agent I work with is very different. The way that I would do my marketing may be different than the way you do your marketing, and that's okay. Photos can be very subjective as well. You'll also see social and web advertising by Boost will go out within 2 days. Now this does say gold and platinum only. I do apologize for that. We are very special here in the Mid-Atlantic region. We get Boost advertising for every single package. Guys, that does not happen anywhere else in the country but here. And part of that is because we don't have the TV ads that some places have in other places in the country. It's something with licensing within our region. But I'll be honest with you, as a marketing professional, I prefer to have online advertising. There are more people that are online that maybe by chance would stumble upon the correct channel to have your commercial. So here we have that social and web advertising by Boost. So this lets me know it's going to go live on the 6th. That means that I need to go into Desk before the 6th. I need to go into my HomeSpotter Boost tile, and I need to set up my ad if I choose to do so. Now, if you do absolutely nothing, and mine makes me toggle in, but if you do absolutely nothing, you'll see here that we have several that are scheduled to go out. These are going to go out no matter what these agents do. They don't have to do anything at all. But let's say that I am Nicole McQuay, and I'm going to go in and I have this new listing in Nottingham. It's scheduled to come out through my Listing Concierge package. I want to hit the View Edit button. What's going to happen now is it's going to show me what this is going to look like on Facebook, on Instagram. I can see what it's going to look like on Instagram as well, just by clicking that particular button. I can also see what it's going to look like on the World Wide Web. Those are those little tiny ads that follow people around the internet. Speaking of following people around the internet, we can follow your seller. We can follow prospective sellers. We can follow anybody that you are trying to get a listing from. All you need to do is to make yourself look good to your seller, add your seller's info. They will not contact them without your explicit permission. They will not send them anything unless you put their information in here. And the only thing they are going to do with their name and email address is target them with the ad. All of that algebra we said we were never going to need, it now runs the social media world. It dominates the internet. All of the algorithms, all of the things necessary to make your ad seen by 10,000 or more people are built into this system. So I don't have to think about it. That's the part that I love. Even as a marketing person, I don't have to think about it. I can put the person's name in, their email. I can send them an ad preview when the campaign starts. Excuse me. And you'll see that the email improves the ability to show your seller their listing online. They're going to see the ad for their own house. How powerful is that to get referrals, to get repeat business? Man, you must have spent a lot of money, because I see my house everywhere on the internet. They don't need to know that we targeted them. Also, we can send them a summary when the ad ends, or we can go in and do that manually as well. But wait, there's more. We can go through and add additional sellers, and you'll see if I do that, it just keeps going on and on and on and on. So maybe I have a list, maybe even if it's a short list or a long list of people that saw my last listing, and I listed something else in this area. I'm going to add all of their names and their emails so that they see my ad again. You'll see that this particular ad is going to run for 3 weeks, 3 days, 6 hours, and 31 minutes. You can go in and edit your campaign as well. Again, if you want a little bit more control of your marketing, you can edit the images, you can edit the listing photo. Maybe I want to put that shiny kitchen in there instead. Your name does have to match what is on your license. Brokerage is correct. I tend to leave all of this information the same, unless maybe it's gone under contract in a day. I might change it here. These ads will run if you are active, if you are pending. I believe contingent, they are working on that. There's a glitch in the system, but they will continue to run. And who's going to see your ad? People centered around the property. You can edit that information as well. You can also edit, there is a landing page. I tend to leave that there because that is where I'm going to get all of my leads. They can calculate their mortgage payment. They can request additional information. They can unlock the photos of this property. And when they do so, I am going to get their information. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that because I don't want to mess up Nicole's ad. Oh, no, I want to X off of that. Oh, no, reset. There we go. It's going to be mean to me now, so we're going to go out and go back into it. So you can go in, again, you want to make sure that you're going in per the timeline. I want to make sure that I'm going in before the 6th of October when that ad will start. And again, there's only a slight delay there because it does take time for the system to create these particular ads. Now you'll see if we go through in the last, let's say this week, I guess we would have to do this month. As we go through, let's see if it's going to allow me to change it to a different date. Nope, it always makes me go through this way. That's just because I'm an employee. But you'll see as I start to go through some of these pages, the further I get, the more ad views you're going to see. Sometimes it does depend on the area that the property is in. Sometimes it depends on the picture that's there. You'll see here we had one that's running that already has 11,000 views. It's an agent paid ad for that listing. So she's probably extended her Listing Concierge package. You'll see again, the longer that they run, the more ads they receive. I have seen ad views on average anywhere from 8,000 up to 30,000 views. And again, not only are people on the internet seeing the property, the thing for me is they're seeing my name and they're seeing my face. How powerful is it to say that over 7,000 people saw the listing online? And again, your clients don't know that you have this program that you're using. They don't know. They think that you're spending a lot of money for them to be online. Internet advertising is not cheap. For any of you that have gone to Facebook and tried to use the Facebook Ads Manager, number one, it's not user-friendly. I'm telling you that as a marketing person. I'm not impressed with it. I don't really like it very much. I have used it out of necessity, but not really by choice. This does everything for you. You can go in and again, you can get into the information. The other thing you're able to do is once your ad is complete, you'll see this little button up here is an engaged button. All of these people are your leads. Sometimes you'll get more leads than others, but you can export those leads. They will go right into a CSV file, and you will be able to download them and put them in your CRM. And just a shameless plug. If you're like, okay, well, I got all these leads from my Listing Concierge order, and now I don't know what to do with them. I would create a group. Maybe it's LC123 Anchor Drive, or maybe it's just Listing Concierge leads. In the Marketing Center under Manage Campaigns, if you create a no campaign here, I will tell you there is a cheat in here for you now. You guys asked for it. We are listening. I promise you that I'm on so many committees. We really do listen. And there is a Home Spotter Boost follow-up email. So you can literally take these leads, choose this template, add them to this particular template. It is a follow-up directly for your leads with the Home Spotter Boost ad from Listing Concierge. The campaign highlights the reasons that a prospect should choose you to represent them in the purchase or sale of their home. And it does so from business savvy to marketing savvy, smart marketing. You have the expertise to guide them through the process. It emails them once a week. So you'll see here, and again, you can change that if you want, if you don't want it to go out every week, but that is the recommended cadence for that particular interval campaign. And again, it makes it very easy to go into Boost to get your leads, to put them directly. And these are things that your field marketing specialist, I can help you with this stuff. You do not have to go with this alone. I am here to guide you. If you have a Listing Concierge order coming up, please feel free to schedule an appointment. You can schedule more than one. Maybe we meet this week, maybe we meet next week. and we can go through and ensure that all of this is being done. And again, that you're getting every single piece of your LC order. We don't want to throw the French fries out. We want to utilize every part of this combo. Also, your update will be published within a week. That will go to all of the area realtors. And your professional video slideshow, that photo slideshow will be done within 7 days. And that's only because they do have a professional voiceover actor. These are HD TV quality. So definitely worthy of going on your YouTube channel. They will also go on the At Home in the Mid-Atlantic YouTube channel. So if nothing else, your listing is getting that extra exposure on Google when everybody goes to Google and they're looking for the property, because it's also on YouTube. And again, we know because Google owns YouTube, it likes to promote itself. It's just good marketing to promote YouTube. Also in Desk, if you click on that little menu button, you will find a help center. Along with this help center, you will find some different things. Welcome to Listing Concierge. There are training resources here, live classes, on-demand videos and tutorials, TLC Talk. So it's the Listing Concierge team, or Team Listing Concierge, TLC Talk. Sorry, I just geek out on that a little. Tips from the Listing Concierge team, clearing your browser cache if you need to do so, facts about, excuse me, Listing Concierge, you know, about the social and web advertising powered by Boost. Maybe you have some questions. How does this work? It's going to go through. It's going to tell you how it works. It's going to tell you when it's scheduled to go live, who is seeing your ad, what do you need to do, can you add more than one person? We already know that you can, but here it's going to give you all of the information to, you know, the answers to your questions. These are things, again, that you can go through, facts, training resources, anytime that you need to. They're always here in Desk for you. And again, that's just that little 3 dots down there at the bottom. So we went through how to place your order. We did go through and place an order in 10 minutes. We kind of reviewed a little bit and touched on how to utilize some of these in the first hour after you have your photos, after you have your property description in here. You can get directly to your flyer. You can get to your single property website. You can publish your brochure. Your brochure is overnighted. If you approve it before 2 p.m. on a business day, you will receive it the next day. And you'll see here, it just signed me out because I was sitting idle for a little too long, but that's okay. But with that, you can also get to your DIY video slideshow. You can also get to your social media banner. So there are, I always call it the 6 and 60, 6 things that you can do within 60 minutes. And again, that's just logging in. So we're going to pretend like we're Sandy. We've gone in, we're going to manage our order. And again, 6 and 60, we have the flyer, the website, the brochure, the social media banner, the video slideshow, and then we want to go into that social media, that Boost by HomeSpotter. So 6 things that I can do in 60 minutes or less. And again, be easy on yourself. If it takes you longer than 60 minutes, that's okay too. But things that you can do immediately through this particular system. So with that, are there any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
So this is Takashi Yoshioka, and I just placed the order platinum, and so I wanted to draw, but I couldn't find. So option is limited to I think twilight, and you know, so I had to kind of order extra to the true place.
Yes,
And
so when you place the listing concierge order, the platinum package comes with 36 photos. It comes with a twilight photo and I believe 10 aerial shots. That's what comes with the package. You can also do add-ons through whichever photography place you place the order with. And that's why I say as you're placing the order, it may take longer than 10 minutes, but you can always hover over the photography vendor and you can always give them a call or shoot them an email to find out. I am working on getting together the add-on flyers for you guys to show you maybe what the prices are, what your options are, because a lot of our photographers do offer like a Matterport tour or, a floor plan drawing, things of that nature.
right. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I think the floor plan was the one option I wanted. So I had to pay extra, I think $210 to get the floor plan, and the extra photos, more than 36 photos. And so one question is that though so before photos that come, you can't really list on the MLS, right?
Well, what they're going to do is the photography company is going to upload your photos into Listing Concierge for you. And then they're going to send you the link in your email so that you're able to have those photos. You own them. They're yours. You can use them on your website. You can use them on social media. And you're able to go in and upload them to the MLS. Unfortunately, Listing Concierge, based on MLS rules, doesn't have any connection to the MLS, so they're not able to do that.
Okay, so before you kind of activate the marketing in Listing Concierge, you have to list on the MLS. Am I correct?
Yeah, so when you first place your order, you don't have to have the MLS number, but once you get that, it's imperative to put that in your MLS or in your Listing Concierge order, because that's how Boost by HomeSpotter, that's how all of your online advertising feeds through the system. It's based on that number.
Okay, so I have not placed any like property information yet, but so I don't need to do that. I mean, do I need to tell the Listing Concierge to hold off?
You can reach out to them if you want, if the property is not active yet. If you've inputted the, let's say like I had October 7th as the date that it was going to go live. So that is gonna, hold up a little bit of the process there, because we know, unless it's incoming soon, we can't do any marketing on it unless it's 24 hours before it's in the MLS. Now,
Right.
with that said, we know that when we take the listing, the MLS in the listing presentation or in the listing agreement, sorry, there are rules and regulations that when we take that listing, it has to go in the MLS within 24 hours. So a lot of times I think that depending on what the wording is in your listing agreement, that's why they have that coming soon status. So, it's coming soon. Once it's active, as long as it's coming soon in the system, we can market it. But yeah, you can reach out to your Listing Concierge coordinator. They're real live people like I am. And sometimes if you call them, if they don't answer, they do time block during the day to make sure that they have ample time to get your marketing done. But they'll definitely get back to you and give you some direction. And we can also have an appointment. We can sit down and look at some of your marketing as well.
Okay, so in order to kind of contact them, you just hit the chat, the button.
Yeah, you could just hit the chat. I like to do that because I'm an instant gratification person. Like, I want my answer now, just to be real. Or if you go into your manage order, you will find your person for your particular, like right here, you'll see I've opened up the order for this particular property, and down here we have the live person that I'm dealing with.
Oh, okay.
So you might have Angel, you might have Marcy or Jamie. We have a small handful of people that are dedicated to our region. I can reach out to Marcy directly on her phone number. I can email her, or I can also call the main listing concierge number if I want to talk to somebody on the phone. If I'm not a chat person down here. But yeah, you can give her a call. And that's why I always like to remind everybody, if she doesn't answer, I promise she's not ignoring you. A lot of times they time block, but they normally get back to you within a few hours at the most. Yeah.
One more question. I missed your global luxury designation or something at the beginning. So the property I'm trying to list is has a price of about $879,000. And I think I missed that. Do you need to kind of hit the bottom to make it as a global luxury property?
Yeah, so that button is there for you to use it as global luxury. Now you do have to go into, depending on the area that it's listed. If you go into desk, you'll find that marketing tab on the side and the global luxury. There is a threshold tool. And the reason that I always tell people to go there is, for example, let's say we're listing something in Annapolis. Let's go with the zip code in Annapolis, because I know that a lot of times they have a different, so we'll see the minimum in Annapolis is $960,000. But we might do, like, here's Towson, and that's 740. We might do, like Bel Air, and that's
it's in the Owings Mills.
Owings Mills. Okay, so that's Owings Mills. Is going to be 650. So as long as you're over 650, if you forgot to hit that button, you can always reach out to your listing concierge coordinator and just let them know, hey, you know what? This is global luxury. I meant to hit that button and I didn't hit it. Can we get that on there?
Okay, I see. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Come on, hit me. I know you got something for me, right? It's a great program. I'll be honest with you, not as a marketing person, but as somebody that was in the field for a long time, as the assistant who did a lot of this marketing. I was the one with the postcards sprawled out all over the floor, sticking the labels on, sticking the stamps on, making all of this stuff and printing it out, or then sending it to the printer and driving to pick it up and driving it to the post office. Like, I love the fact that we can just hit a button and someone else will literally make it for me. Like, I can approve it. I have control on it, over it. I can make sure it looks the way that I want it to look, because a lot of marketing is subjective. But I can literally hit a button and they're going to professionally print it on beautiful cardstock. It looks uber professional. It looks very expensive. They're going to print it for me. They're going to label it. They're going to stamp it. They're going to send it. And all I have to do is hit the button. I love that. And I'll be honest with you, we spent over $1,000 on every listing that we put out. So this is, you do get in a sense, almost like a stipend from the company, because they're paying 73% of this marketing. It doesn't just cost $695 for the platinum marketing. It does cost a lot additional. Most of that is that online advertising, because that's mega expensive. But the company is covering the cost of that, because what we're finding, and I've worked with several agents so far who have used Listing Concierge, and they're finding that they're getting their sign in the yard, and it's that CB star. It's very recognizable. They have their name rider on it, and then they're sending out the literature, the direct mail to the area. And then they're getting I had an agent that told me, hey, I got the listing that was 3 doors down and across the street. She said, I literally walked in, I had my Moxie presentation. She was all excited. She was like, I did Moxie, I had the whole presentation, and they didn't even want to see it. They pulled out the postcards, they pulled out the mailer. They were like, we already know that we want to list with you. We want this kind of stuff for our listing as well. So it's a great program. I always say, if you need need any help with it at all, if you need help going in and getting your leads, if you need help with anything in Listing Concierge, let me know. I'm not supposed to have favorites, but it is really one of my favorite tools to use. Joanne.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give me a time frame from start to finish? What kind of, are we talking a week, 4 days, 3 days from the time you go to put your order in till everything goes live? What kind of time frame do you need?
If I have a listing, and there have been times when we've had clients come and say, you know what, I have to get this on now. Like we had a client that said, you know, I just sold, you know, I was buying a house in South Carolina with another agent, and I had to get my house on the market now. You know, you place your order as soon as you can get a photographer there. Now, remember, if I place my order now, they may have photographers for me tomorrow, but they may be booked. But they only have 3 business days to get me in. And I believe, I want to say it's True Place or VHT is doing Saturdays now too. So they're working on the weekends like we do. And, you know, they only have 3 days to get that photography done. Once you meet the photographer, if I meet the photographer tomorrow, I'll have all of my photos by Monday. I'll have all my marketing by Tuesday. If I meet with the photographer on Monday, I have my photos Tuesday. I have all of my marketing Tuesday and Wednesday. So it really depends on, you know, as soon as you meet with the you place your order, as soon as you meet with the photographer, again, they only have 24 hours to get those photos to you. Once you have the photos, there are 6 different components of Listing Concierge that you can do immediately that day. So if I have my photos on Monday, by Tuesday, I can have my flyer, I can have, you know, I can have my DIY video slideshow, my single property website, I can send my brochures. I get my brochures the next day. They're overnighted. They don't even play with the US mail. They are overnighted to you. So I can get a lot of the marketing immediately. The only things that take a little extra time, and this is pretty much across the board in marketing, are the postcard being sent out via direct mail, because we proof it and then it's sent and then it's up to the post office. We all know how the post office is. And then of course, you know, you wait for your just sold card, and then that Boost My Home Spotter, getting that online advertising together, that does take about 2 days to get together in the system, because they want to make sure all the coding, all the algorithms are lined up, that they have everything ready, and then you're also able to access that and you know, change it if you want to. So I would say if you are really, really prepared, if I know that I have a listing and it's coming on next week, I'm ordering my Listing Concierge today. I am scheduling my photographer for Monday, because most likely they can accommodate that. At the most, if they can't do Monday, they have until Wednesday to get those photos taken. But I have those photos taken Monday. I have all of most of my stuff done by Tuesday, and everything's going out and about, and the listing hasn't even hit the market yet. So it really just depends on how.
My next question.
Yeah.
So does it go together with your MLS so that it goes on at the same time, or is there a difference in a few days between?
So that's why it's really imperative that when you place the order, you tell them what your perspective on market date is. That's why they ask you for the list date. And again, you're working with a live Listing Concierge coordinator. You have someone like me on the other, literally like me on the other side, that you can be like, hey, Jamie, I thought I was going to list this on Thursday and they're not ready for photos. Now we have to kind of back it up a little bit. The listing coordinator is going to work with you. It will be fine. Also, it doesn't coincide with the MLS, but they do have to double check to make sure that you're live before they're able to send out like postcards and things like that. Because again, we don't want to send out your postcards and you're not in the MLS, because then you get the $5,000 fine, not us.
So they're only doing their marketing materials. We're still responsible for all the MLS information that goes in and when.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you.
You take care of the MLS. They don't have, as it is now, they don't have any access to the MLS. I do have different ways that you know, when you get those photos from your photographer, you just download them to your computer, go straight to the MLS. I hit Control A. I hit all of them. I upload all of them at one time. So it's, you know, again, it's the professional photography is what gets me too. I would dare say 80% of homes on the market, 80 to 85% of homes on the market have professional photos. So I definitely want to have professional photos for what I'm pushing out there for me, because it's my reputation that goes with them. It's my name and my face that goes with them. But yeah, if you have any questions when you place an order, if you need help, I'm not supposed to help you with the MLS stuff, but I can because I know Bright very well. So I definitely can help you upload to the MLS, get your stuff. Don't get stuck and get upset, like reach out. That's what we're here for. We're your support system.
Thank you,
I have a
Ange.
question.
Sure thing.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I have a question about the size of a brochure.
Mm-hmm.
I think I chose the 8.5 by 11, but I think you kind of chose the 8.5 by 17. Is
Yeah,
that
so
kind of too big?
There's three different options. So you have the 8.5 by 11, which is the standard flyer size. That the brochure is always printed on the cardstock. It's either glossy or matte, you know, no wrong or right choice there. They also have an 8 by 8 booklet. So it's a square. You have the front page, you open to a 2-page spread. And when you close the little booklet, you kind of have that back page. And then they have the 11 by 17, which is usually landscape. And then you open like a calendar and it has a spread of photos. And then it also has your information and another property photo on the back. You can choose any of those brochures that you want. There's no wrong answer. It's just whichever you prefer. And I believe they may have opened it up that even if I choose one when I place the order, I can go back in and change the design if I choose to.
Okay,
later.
so 11 by 17 is not the folded one, but just one sheet?
Yeah, they're all one sheet. It's just how they're folded. So
Okay.
the 11.5, the 8.5 by 11 does not fold. It's just like a regular flyer would be
Or
front
just
and
one
back.
page? Okay.
Yeah, just one page. And then the 8 by 8 and the 11 by 17, they're one page too, but they're just folded. So they look like almost like a booklet.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I was kind of like familiar with the kind of home track, kind of folded 8.5 by 11.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to choose that, what should I choose? 11 by 17?
Yes, so when you go into the when you're placing the order, you're going to choose which brochure, and then when you go into the brochure itself, you can actually edit the design. So when you edit the design, it'll actually, it's kind of almost like InTouch. It shows you like a bunch of different layouts, and you can actually choose the one you like. And I had an agent the other day, she chose one, she went in and made it, and she decided she didn't like it, so she went in and changed it to a different one. Until you hit the order button, until you approve it, you can edit any way that you want to.
I see.
Once you approve it and it goes to print, that's when you're kind of done.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Sure. And I am looking, I am talking to each of the managers in the office. My goal is to have those that do place orders with Listing Concierge, if they would kindly give us a copy of one of their brochures so that we have some live brochures in the office that you can look at, because I find sometimes when I can pick it up and look at it, you know, I might be like, oh, I really like this one. And then when I see them in person, I'm like, oh no, I like this one more. So we'll get those together. That way you guys have some to look at. And I always do suggest when you place orders and you get brochures to keep several for yourself. This is beneficial when you take it on a listing presentation in the future. It's nice to be able to sit down with someone. My little kind of my marketing ploy is, oh, look, here are the 3 brochures that I can make for your property. Which one have you decided you would like for your property? Because if they're already choosing which brochure they're going to use, they're going to list with me. And then the seller feels like they have a little more control as well. I don't care what brochure they want. I'll give them whatever brochure they want, as long as they list with me. So yeah, it's all very subjective. Everybody has a different opinion. There's no wrong opinion. Okay.
Great.
Any
Thank you so
other
much.
questions? All righty. Well, as always, I love Listing Concierge. If I can be of any help as you place your order, as you go through the system, I do have this recorded, so I'm going to go ahead and end our recording. If you